person just yet. Our objective now is just survive, and as soon as whenever we are in a state strong enough to take on one of these bandit layers that have a bandit leader in it, we do it. And we just do that 6 more times until we get 7 sets of decent armor up front. And then hopefully we can keep our guys alive for longer. Good God. It is just mayhem in this in this team. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. So Loderick, he's our backup bannerman. He can be a middle of the formation axe breaker. So we're going to put a freeze on our hiring for a little while at least. So we'd have to hire 1 new guy in the short term, and he can sit right in the middle. Okay, Justifier, the Hammer Raider. He's still pretty good, you know. I mean, he's determined. That's 58 plus, let's call it 6%, so 64. And he's gotten holdout now. Marve, level 6. Underdog. +3. +3 melee skill. Nerfric level 9. Oh, loving this. Look at that. 86. Yeah, baby. What's next? Berserk. Doesn't really have the fatigue to leverage that Berserk yet. It's a good idea, Rossmaster, but I've got to be careful though. Mazuma, you probably died in battle. There's a long and tragic list of dead mercenaries. I go for level 9 on your X-Raider. I think I actually want to take footwork here because I like being able to leverage the split ability, and for that footwork is very important. But so like basically once you get a brother into heavy armor and he has battle forged and underdog, the survivability goes through the roof. And so a lot of the guys on the front line are getting there in levels, but look at this, they're still wearing basic chain, and we're nearing damn near 90 days in. It's not good. Not good at all. So for Lofric, I could take Colossus just to give him a big old boost to his hit points. That's 13 fatigue. He doesn't have the fatigue to make anything out of Berserk. Let's just get things that help keep him alive. Look, so he's got 1 more at level 9, another one at level 10, and 2 more at level 11 because of the student. He's got 4 perks left. I think it needs to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I don't think we take Colossus. I'm still confident that even through his veteran levels, even if he gets just 1 hit point per veteran level. Right, so of you 4 lads, who's the most important? You arguably Raptor Blade, but look at that, 30 hit points. Whoever's got the highest melee accuracy, that would be Malve. So you get that, and then we just start passing down the various bits of armor. Okay, so the new lad who comes in is going to have a set of armor waiting for him. Have a there, and a dagger, and a... that. Ooh, we got a second war brand. Excellent. Okay, so when Marva hits level 7, we can take quick hands on him, and he can start using that war brand. Do any of you other lads up front have quick hands? Bear in mind, I'm only taking quick hands once I actually have a weapon for them to quick hands too. We will in a second. I shouldn't have finished setting up all the... We got the military cleaver. That's good money. We made decent money here. At least Nut Smasher is still, pretty promising. A nice couple heater shields. Feels like progress, actually. That was an incredibly tough fight. But again, feels like progress. Actually, the new guy who comes in is going to need to be in that front part of the formation and just break shields for these two to go to work. I like the setup. Sword, sword, axe, flail, flail, warbrand, greatsword. Although really I should have the greatsword on Lofric, who's more accurate. But then again, he's an axe master, not a sword master. Well fought, men. Head to the nearest city. So here's the list of dead men. I don't have to scroll through it yet, so it's not that bad. Crazy Finn, Yoriksha, Christoph Malice, that one was disappointing. Kaber, he lasted almost a week. Raiden's was super disappointing. That was an orc young fight I really shouldn't have taken. Jono, Nathos, Baldric, Kazathor, Mazuma. Have I got you on the list, Mazuma? I do, but you're not here. I think maybe you were marked for replacement and got replaced. Leofric, Raptorblade. Anyway, I'll put you back on the list. Sorry about that. I'm torn as to whether we should just call it a day and get another fresh start. And then if we do, we will just be super focused on just taking the first 12 guys we can, whatever sort of skills they have. I will level them I'll level them particularly, like you'll notice here, like, do I have a frontline person who is marked for replacement? I don't. But like, let's say for example you hire someone, right, and they have, I want them on the front line, they have a star in melee skill, so then he wouldn't be marked for replacement, so then I know how I level him. But if it's another guy, let's say like a dumb farmhand who doesn't have stars where I want them to be, I know eventually I'll replace him, but I want to get as much out of him as quickly as I can. So then you take fast adaptation, gifted, you know, just to make him accurate, and things to make him tough. Knowing that eventually you'll replace him. Makes a lot more sense. Okay, we need one more frontline person. I do like butchers. Henrik, Eugen the Cleaver. Welcome, Eugen. You see, he has a good example. He's bloodthirsty. He's got stars in melee defense, but he doesn't have a star in melee skill. So I mean, he would be marked for replacement anyway. So I would call him sword replace. Chuck him there. Oh, we need a temple. Although let's liquidate all this junk because we need the money desperately. Junk. We'll hang on to that. Don't need that. That's junk. It's junk. Ooh, these are nice. The rusty Malcoifs. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting command, Rossmaster. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's a good point. The overwhelming feeling that I have here is that I've put the horse before the cart. The cart before the horse, excuse me, in terms of my leveling strategy, and that's really backfired on us. Now the question is, let's see if we can pull it back from this pretty disastrous start. I suppose you can make the argument that this campaign, I've said I want it to be right through to the end, so, you know, 360 days and longer. So from that point of view, we're only 90 days in. We're not even a third of the way into our first year. We can absolutely recover from this. Just going to be a period of difficulty. And the fact that Raptorblade is even alive at all with his 30 little hit points is impressive. We do need another dog. I'm looking at these 140 helms and I'm just weighing up the fatigue cost. Like, if putting on this helm, like here, it'll put him below 60, then I won't do it. Because, like here, I can probably do that. 69, that's fine. It's a very delicate balancing act between fatigue and survivability. Right, so what is we need 26 tools. What is this? Please be a patrol. Yes. How much you talking about? I accept. I just got to keep more money flowing. First things first, Eisenwall. Please tell me there is a temple there. Wait a second, I thought I bought the tools there. I did not. Okay, we got only 2 days worth of food left. Well, look on the bright side. We're down to 210 per day. Yeah. I get what you mean, better than a wrecked head, but in my experience, 60 fatigue is the point where you only get one turn of being able to attack twice. So as with almost everything in this game, you're weighing up pros and cons. I shouldn't even be looking. I can't afford to hire any of these lads. I mean, maybe, but... What sort of state are we in hit points wise? Not great. Any tools? Not for that price. I clearly can't have her up to blade up front. Or I suppose I can. We have repaired armor that he can wear. Just to the south of us, there is a little hut with some raiders in. Let's go take him down. Oh, hang on, I haven't equipped our dog. Good boy. So, what has this got here? Many thugs and some poachers. Nice. Evening, Alvarin. Oh yeah, wild men are amazing. If you can afford them, sometimes you get lucky, and well, generally how much they cost depends on what weapon they're carrying, because they don't wear any armor or anything. You can get wild men for as cheap as 430, and when you do, I would advise you buy them instantly. Wild men are just amazing. I think I'm going to move my front line up to here and archers over there. I mean, I wouldn't normally, but it's just thugs. I can even run at them. Their little bows aren't that dangerous. Get them, lads. Down to 2 ranged fighters. You know what? I'm going to have my front line just run at these thugs. The only one that worries me is that one with the hammer who can actually hurt. Ooh, one shot. Nut smasher. Good lad. That's a headshot. Get him, Olaf. Oh, almost. What are they picking on there? They're picking on Eugen. We mustn't let any of these guys escape. When do you act in 12 turns? Okay, I think we can get 2 attacks off on him. Nice. Yes, Nut Smasher. Now, frick, give them the old run at. That guy gave up height advantage like an idiot. Raptor blade. Get in there. Elverin. Oh, headshot with a dagger. Eugen, just stay alive. This is just the fight we needed now. With us hurting the way we were. We weren't in the best shape. Whoopsie, not what I meant to do, but it's worked out beautifully. Just run at them screaming. Ah! Seriously? Fucking leave him alone. Clearly he needs to back off because they're just going to keep shooting at him. Good hit. Nice. Sure is a pincushion. Doing this is a habit that took me a little while to get into. The habit of not attacking enemies that are fleeing. I mean, there I may as well, because I couldn't reach that one this turn anyway. Like that. Get out of there, Eugen. Get decapitated. Run. I do have a dog. I don't think it's necessary to release him just yet. No, frick. Show him your big sword. I don't like releasing the dog unless I have to, being that the dogs get killed and they cost money. I think of it as, you know, releasing 300 gold on 4 legs. I think we got 12 heads out of this, out of the 25 we needed. Okay, very good lesson learnt out of these last 90 days. Don't go straight for a golden company. You just gotta make do with some of the lads you have. You mother... Of course, all that armor means nothing if you get stabbed with a bloody butter knife. Bastard. And they gave us some tools. So like just mentally now, I'm sort of changing the way I look at the map. So like when we start exploring in those first few weeks, when you see things like this, you must think, awesome. Leave them and keep coming back to them periodically until you see there's a leader in there. Attack them. Maybe at night if they have a lot of archers. Just nullify their archery. If some of your guys marked to replace die, I mean like each one of these, that could be 2 sets of heavy armor there. Just got to find, you know, a few more. Any level ups? Yes, quite a few. Raptor blade. I mean, him getting this injured was just a tragedy. I mean, a guy with 3 stars in melee skill and he gets this hurt. Really sucks. Well, 31 hit points, my god. Being in a rush to die. One way of putting it. God, I love this game. I love this game. It's so good. That's far too expensive. This seems like a decent time to stock up on some bread. Yeah, we've got a week's worth. Where are we patrolling to next? Oh, geez, like all the way back to Hornheim. We need a temple though. Where's the nearest temple on the way back? There really isn't one. Let's head through here and go back through that way. See if we can't find more heads that way. Hang on, aren't there a bunch of crypts around here? Let's go past the crypts and see if we can't find a group of patrolling zombies. Still got 6 days to go, it's not so bad. Oh, hello, hello. Please don't be... That's probably the Noctairs. It's a fairly small footprint. Not Noctairs, called again? The vampire things. Brigands. Raiders and a marksman. Ooh. Just what we needed. Some thugs, a few marksmen, and a few raiders. Problem is some of the lads are still hurting though. But as long as the hit points are full, I think we're fine. Hit points and armor is full, we can take them on. Okay, Raptor Blade, the Hammer Raider. Underdog. Oh yes, I had to take Colossus on him. Otherwise I would have taken Underdog on the previous level. Yeah, let's take Underdog. I was briefly thinking about Quick Hands, but I don't have a two-handed weapon for him to use anyway, so... Totally pointless. What perk do I want next on you? Footwork. And footwork. Footwork means that if they get closed in on by melee fighters, they can just, you know, dodge away. There are marksmen in that group, though. Yeah, those marksmen are normally tier 2 archers. So here's what we're going to do. Our best archer looks like it's Nut Smasher, so he will use the Fangshire. And then Olaf. Maybe Olaf just uses a pitchfork. And we'll just wait until night time. But in the meantime, I reckon I should probably hand out these kite shields. And feral shields. For the extra range defense. We'll hang a boot until dark. You see, now we're fighting smart. This is what I've not been doing the last 90 odd days. Straight into height disadvantage. Perfect. %, even with an aimed shot. Height disadvantage and distance. I think I run him down. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Again, we're gonna be under fire from these raiders, but as long as we kill the thugs and the little archers first, it shouldn't be that bad. The morale will shatter. At least I hope it will. Good, that was missed. That little thug is actually quite dangerous with that dagger. We saw what the butter knife did going straight through armor. Where are the marksmen? The marksmen, there they are. It's night time, and really I'm gambling on the night time keeping me alive. Toothpicks, it's fine. Just fire into this whole group, maybe. Nice, lucky shot. Yes, Lodorak, that's what I'm talking about. Can't argue with that, can you? Where can you go to here? It's all so... Yes, Marve. We do have some good fighters. We just don't have the gear to keep them alive. Well, we're getting the gear. It's getting better. I feel like we've made so much progress in just the last week. I've been so stupid. I should have been doing this for the whole 90 days. I think about the fact that we've been fighting very few raiders for the last while. We've been fighting like we're fighting lots of orcs and zombies, and the zombies are good in the super early game for good armor, but the raiders are what's giving us good armor, good weapons. The weapons also translate into more money, which is always an issue for us. Okay, it's all things to think about. Good. Dodge. I also feel like I've gotten out of the habit of getting heater shields nice and early. And using the heater shields to keep my frontline lads alive. I also used to have a real love of flail users in the previous campaign. Especially in the early game. I feel like if I get a few guys who I would mark for replacement otherwise, they are good candidates to you make them flail experts. You take flail mastery, you take flail expertise, you take what's it, that reactive skill when you miss, a fast adaptation, you take gifted, whatever you can just to buff their accuracy. They're essentially glass cannons. I mean, in these raider fights, there's almost always a couple raiders that don't wear helmets, no matter how tough they are. And I think if you have two flail specialists, whose job it is just to get into contact with those non-helmet wearers and just pop their brains open like a ripe melon, very worth it. Well, our banner boy knew the knight is a fucking badass, make no mistake. More level ups. Eugen. So here's a good example of a sword raider I would otherwise mark for replacement. I won't take student, I'll go straight for fast adaptation. And then I go for gifted. Whatever I can to make his to hit value not horrible. If he dies, so what? We'll just replace him. Okay, New the Knight, Tezabena Bro. You've got rotation, you've got brawny. I think it's time for you to take Battle Forged. This is another good one, but Battle Forged I want to help keep you alive, and if you rotate someone out to help keep them alive. Lodorax, you are not marked for replacement, so you get the other leveling strategy. That was a good one for us. We needed a good fight like that. And another Warbrand. Fantastic. Okay, some of these guys who are raiders, I need to start taking quick hands on them. I can get 2 more Warbrands into the formation. If you have like these 2 guys here using these Warbrands, then Eugen breaks the shields and they just go to work with the Warbrands. Okay, so Cunibert will be the next person to get quick hands. And Marve as well. What the hell, any of these guys, even the ones who are hammer raiders, I can just give them quick hands. Let them use these Warbrands. We need 4 more heads. What? Ah, jeez. Getting our food nicked. Oh, what? It just came out of that. Fucking bullshit. And now we have to fight the ones that are in there as well. Run away! That's legit unlucky. If you were watching our icon there on the map, we were just passing by, and then a group of them spawned and fought us, and now because we're in the area, we've got to fight all of the guys that are in there as well. Run away bravely. This is a tactical retreat is what this is. God. Can you imagine that if we were better placed in terms of how strong we were, and we were on a patrol to get like, 35 heads, we come and do this. We could fight this absolutely, and eventually once my company gets up to speed, and by that like level 11 on everyone, a fight like this is eminently doable because we're gonna have two guys who can raise morale, a strong set of raiders who have a lot of AoE clear with their two-handed weapons, 3 archers who can soften up the zombies as they get closer. It's very doable. But that's it's just a lot of meat on the field. Holy crap, 37 of them? It's a lot of zombies. Ugh. Hello, hello. Mr. Fallen Hero. Closing in on us. It's a good thing these are the slow type zombies, not those 28 days later zombies that like sprint at you. Also, tactically in this kind of engagement, if we were standing still, I would have all my front line with their spears out to just maintain the spear wall, and all my archers, I think I would just start shooting at the ghosts. That's a 5% hit to hit chance, but when you're firing into a group of enemies, the ones that miss will probably hit the zombies anyway. And 5% is not 0, and you might get lucky and kill some of the ghosts. A friend of mine, I think it was Mikey, told me that that's what he does in these type of engagements, and he's always surprised at how often you actually do hit the ghosts with your bows and arrows, even though it's only a 5% chance. So we're in the southern part of the map, and there are 2 bandit hideouts there. Maybe we just stay here for a bit, and then we just wait a few days, get ourselves healed up, get our armor repaired, and hit those 2 hideouts. I mean, as tough as they're going to be, and we will take fatalities. At this point, I feel like taking 2 fatalities, or 1 fatality for a decent set of armor is actually worth it, because you can replace the fatality for like 200 gold, but the armor is worth 3,000 gold. Not to mention all the other loot you get from clearing out those bandit hideouts. In these type of situations when you're just running away from a battle, I kind of wish there was an auto retreat button, because in this situation, unless one of your brothers has something that's affecting his mobility, they're just never going to catch you. Yeah, it's a lot of ghosts. And you're right though, this is a business. We're not here to make friends, we're here to make money. Yeah. Armor. You hate to say it, but like, these guys, what they're wearing is worth more than they are. Oops, I could have ended it there. So take note, we're not going to restart the campaign now, we're going to keep going, but this fundamental change of mentality that we've been talking about, we're going to start implementing now. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 ghosts. Yeah, that would not have gone well. Because, I mean, we do have 2 guys who can actually use raise morale, but they're not terribly high level. If I wait for this group to chase us, I think we can probably fight them. A few guys, only like 1 or 2. But these lads are still injured, so maybe not. It's not tempt fate. Besides, we only need 4 more heads. We don't need another 15. It seems unnecessarily risky. Oh my god, 17 orc young. Run! Go, orcs, go fight the zombies! Leave me alone! Oh yeah, Bantha, I agree. That is what I'm doing. I'm generally heading straight back. If I find an encounter between here and there that's doable for the 4 heads, I'll do it. But you're absolutely right. The 4 heads won't even be a day's worth of salary. It's not worth. You can already retreat being 1 tile away. Well, that's sustaining. From what I understand, it's if you have more than half of your brothers in the retreat area. What's a straight percentage chance? Not sure. Oh, that's comparatively very cheap. Have to take all those tools. Also, this is almost cost price. I'd love to be able to buy those. But how are we for medical supplies? We'll be left with 7 medical supplies. That's a good point, yeah. Raptor would probably die in 1 Geist's melee attack. Effectively, I'm looking at him as a replaced guy. He's going to be replaced. I mean, with his pierced chest, he's got 30 hit points. Once that heals up, he should be up to like 40 or 50. I'll still maintain if we keep throwing hit points into him, we might be able to get him up to a point where he can be useful. He's just going to have to compromise on something, whether it's melee defense or fatigue. Probably fatigue. Hornheim has safe roads. Oh geez, like we've still got to go to 1 more city. Back to Waldburg. I mean, I wouldn't want to just fire someone who's got 3 stars in melee skill. And what is his melee skill actually? 67 at level 6 is actually pretty crap. But that's because of his missing finger. I suppose the way to look at it is, even with the missing finger, he's got 67 at level 6. Initiative? Well, who cares? That's minus 30%. This is plus 25%. So it's really only... Ultimately, he only has minus 5% hit points and minus 5% melee and range skill. Who knows? We might be able to keep him yet. If I can get him up to like 70 or 80 hit points by level 11, I think it's usable. Not the payday I was hoping for, but still pretty good. I'm just thinking, is this a time to hire someone? But probably not, no. How about money-wise? Let's consider what we're going to do for weapons. Is it worth buying 2 warbows? At least 1 here for Nut Smasher, certainly. And I have to back myself to keep getting decent sets of armor from those raider camps. So the cash we'll put towards offensive weapons, and looting we'll go for defensive. We still need 1, 2, 3, 4, at a minimum 4 more of these. At minimum reinforced mail books. Ideally I would want lamellar harnesses or scale mail, but okay. Oh god, I've been recording for an hour and a half. I should have stopped at 45. Okay, let's take a little break here and then we'll just keep grinding. Most likely though, I think we head straight down to the south and go hit these 2 camps. If we can get paid to do it by means of having a patrol, great. If not, still worth it. We need that armor. We need it now. Okay. We've not been playing, well, I've not been playing very well for the last 19 days. Let's see if we can fix this.